Join me as you and I and you take a journey to become better writers together and geek out. Hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from our show here, The Written Writ. And we're about to have a major fun here with our pals Jay and Gage, geeking out, having some major role-playing talk, and of course, let's start that off with some bloop battles. So
Yes.
I saw that Tony popped up for a second, but he's gone again.
You used all his luck getting tickets, man. I'm telling you.
Cards.
I agree. I think he used up all his luck on getting his Anime NYC tickets. Now that he has his 3-day passes, his computer's like, okay, you got enough.
At least it survived the mission.
Pretty much, yeah. Give me a
All right.
second. Let me try something to fix this.
Okay, I thought it was me. I was like, wait, I don't see anything.
No.
All right, Tony. Let's see if we can
There
keep
we
you for a bit. There we go. All right, folks. As you know, we've been following the bloop battles over on Game of Tunes. You vote in the stories, and right now the fight is Luigi versus Buddy.
Yep. But before that, we need to move some people around. So, Teddy, I'm sorry, but Cursed Pikachu beat you. Iron Giant, Ghost Rider beat you.
Oh man.
This is sort of what we're left with.
Woohoo! And the next fight, after Luigi and Buddy, is Wednesday and Ghost Spider, right?
So, this is. I think we're hearing Tony's fan.
I think what?
I think we're hearing Tony's fan.
Oh. I don't hear anything over here.
Yeah, me neither.
Hey, everybody.
There we go. I can hear Tony now.
Yeah.
All right, so I think the next fight is Wednesday and Ghost Spider. And then we're down to the final four.
Yep.
The suspense is killing me.
So, now that we're so close,
Mm-hmm.
how are we feeling in terms of guaranteed winners?
No, I'm not feeling nothing. This whole thing is just a charade. Every time we think somebody's gonna win, they lose.
Russell has the votes rigged. It's a rigged competition.
I think he's watching the show and going, "Oh, they want that person to win."
Hey, be careful! Your Ghost Rider's still there.
Yeah, dude. If he goes up against Luigi, I'm gonna have to vote against him.
Rob, just vote once for your daughter, and then make 12 alternate accounts.
There you go. Viable strategy.
Oh my god, dude. Russell is amazing. He does all these little bloops himself. He has an amazing amount of pins that he actually makes himself. And you guys got to check him out. Let me see if I can put him up over here. If my computer agrees with me, I don't think it will. There we go. Of course, there you see the fight right now, which is Luigi versus Buddy. I can't even show you what the fight is because every time I try to go over there, the computer doesn't allow me to check it out. If I go in for the stories, this is all it lets me do. It doesn't even let me vote or anything.
Welcome to Instagram PC.
Oh my god. All right, let's see. There we go. That is
You
game.
gotta show some of his pins.
I have it up actually. Oh no!
It's blurring out. Oh no!
Well, it says Luigi's at 67% and Buddy's at 33%.
There you got, folks. We just got the update from Jay. Now you know where it is. Hey Shen, how you doing? I see you coming in
Shen.
the bloop battles.
What is up, Shen?
So Shen, with so much changed, has your opinion in terms of Bloop battles changed, Shen?
Well, Shen was going for the Iron Giant.
Yup.
It's funny because we all had somebody different to I guess pick as our champions. You had Denji, she had the Iron Giant. I think that Tony's still in the running because he picked Wednesday, right?
No, he chose Denji.
Did he chose? I thought I could swear he went with Wednesday.
He started out with Denji.
Also, it's Wednesday's his second choice. As we all know, when in these Bloop battles, when you pick the winner in the beginning before the battle start, if you end up getting a chance to win the pin that wins, if it's your pin.
Nice.
So if you were there day one and you got to say, I want Kratos to win, well, I'm sorry, but you guys already lost.
That's pretty much how it's been, man. That first fight with Denji and Iron Giant was like kick ass. Woo!
I don't think any fight has lived up to it yet.
Not yet, but it was still only number 3 in fights, so
I'm excited to see how this one turns out.
Listen, all I know is that there were votes being casted after it was done. I want a recount of the votes. I guarantee you, the moment we find them, they will pull out extra votes for Iron Giant.
Are you gonna go with those tactics? All right, folks, there you have it. Go check out Game of Tunes. The Bloop battles are going on. Dude, this thing is so much fun. Go vote for your favorite. Even if it's not Luigi, because my daughter wants Luigi, so I'm going to vote for him. Even if it's not Luigi, go vote for whoever you want to win. All right,
I'm going to hold my breath until after the Ghost Spider and Wednesday battle before we actually make significant changes to the list, because otherwise I have a feeling Ash is going to win, and it's going to be solely because of the Cursed Pikachu.
No, I feel like Ash is winning because his fan base, because he's gone now, wants him to win.
No, Cursed Pikachu. It's because of the Cursed Pikachu. They hear us talk about Cursed Pikachu, and they're going to be like, we want Cursed Pikachu.
Nah, they just want him to win because they're feeling all like simpatico that he's not the main character in Pokemon anymore.
You know what he has to do is split them up and really throw a wrench in the
exactly
in the competition.
Go into like an overtime round and have Ash fight Pikachu at the end if he wins.
Oh, that'd be great. I should tell that to Russell. Hey, you should put Ash against Pikachu.
Yeah.
The ultimate battle.
When do the results come out for like this last one?
For Luigi and Buddy, I think he's been doing it every day.
Tomorrow, the day after.
Okay.
So tomorrow at 7:00, you'll see who wins this battle, and then the next battle will start.
Sweet.
Yeah. So by next week, Monday, I believe the whole competition should be over.
Yeah.
Because every day is the next round.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think Saturday will probably be the final round.
No, it should be Monday.
You're right. Either Sunday or Monday. It all depends on what he does, because last time he took 1 day break.
I think it's Monday.
We'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted, folks, because we have been having fun with this.
I think it's Monday because maybe he's looking to be on the show to announce the winner.
Well, he's already invited to be on the show, so that's all to him.
It would be smart of him to be on the show to announce the winner.
Russell, I was talking to... Oh man, well, yeah, I think I'll reach out to Russell and say, hey, if you like extend it so that it ends on Monday, you'll be on the show and you can announce the winner. Oh man,
that'd be perfect.
Exactly.
Hey, Lou.
Oh wow, it's Shadow Rabbit. Woo, Shadow.
Hey Lou, what's going on?
Shadow the man. the man, the myth, the legend. Well, while we have it up there, I might as well show off Mr. Shadow Rabbit because we love Shadow here. That's if Instagram will allow me to show him off. Because I don't know about you guys, but whatever's happening on my computer over here is like a fight in the hand. Let's see. Boom, there it goes. Finally. It's the man Shadow Rabbit and his amazing commissions. You should get Shadow Rabbit yourself. Right now, he's working, speaking of Pokemon, on his Pokemon
that Regice is
line.
awesome.
Oh, look at those things. They're beautiful.
Wow.
Of course, these are all done by hand by Shadow Rabbit himself. And he's been busy more ways than one, personally and with figures. There you go, the beautiful little Pikachus.
I love this. Is this all clay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So talented.
Dude. Yeah, and he's actually does Kickstarters too.
Just saying, hey, got the kids almost asleep. Miss y'all, beautiful people. Well, Lou, we miss you too. You're
Well,
the
for all
beautiful
lucky-
sculptor that we need in our lives.
For all lucky, we'll see Mr. Shadow Rabbit himself on Saturday or Sunday at MCon because we're heading off to Long Island to MCon at the East Meadow Public Library this weekend. Of course, MCon is free, so you guys can go out there and enjoy yourselves.
Ooh.
Free.
I'll make a note of that one.
Since I'm over here, I might as well go show you Mr. Night and Day himself, and he should have something on about MCon. There you go. MCon. Of course, voice actor Brittany Lauder is going to be there.
Woo!
And our pal Mark Torres will have the end of his radio play on Sunday at 2:00. Well, the whole thing, actually.
Are you talking about the show that took 30 years to make that was designed in the 90s?
Well, the comic book, yeah. The show, it took a little less. Designated. You guys can get a chance to see Designated performed live and buy the comic because he has the comic there at MCon. MCon. Free.
Go. Are you guys going to be there both days?
I'm looking to be there both days. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be one day or another day, but I'm looking to be there both days.
Yeah.
It's got to be one day for me, if anything.
Yeah, most of the crew will probably be there Saturday. I'm going to try to be there Sunday, especially because Mark has his radio play that day.
Right. Okay.
So,
Yeah, if I
Jim,
do
if
get
you
to
find
be there.
yourself over there,
Ralph hasn't seen the play before yet.
well,
Okay.
we saw the YouTube version of it.
He hasn't seen any. He doesn't even know what the book looks like.
It'll be a nice surprise.
It will be a wonderful surprise. I think he's gonna like it.
Oh my God. Well, folks, there you have it. Well, this is going to be a fantastic weekend. And of course, now we can start our show. And we have Jay and Gage next to us. Gage, why don't you tell the people who you are, what you do, all the good stuff. Give them the spiel. You are the guest host.
I'm Nathan Johns. I'm the creator of Godslayers. Godslayers Episode 2 is on Kickstarter right now. I have a webpage, Tenebris Anima Comics. On Facebook, that's our business page. And then I'm just kind of an avid sharer on Facebook. This is my second comic book. And Godslayers Episode 2 closes out the story of Godslayers Episode 1, Waking the Godslayer. We rejoin Dust in Mastima's throne room, and we see how he obtained the Godslayer's soul. And then I kind of introduce the concepts of the difference between raising the dead and resurrecting someone in the world of Athenea, and tackle Jericho's issues with the Godslayer. it's a fun book. I'm fond of it, but I'm biased. It's mine.
Oh, it looks great. It looks fantastic, and like I said, it has this beautiful D&D feel to it. You know,
So it actually, the storyline comes from my brother and I talking about D&D stuff, and he always had a problem with the fact that necromancers came with like the expectation that they were evil.
yeah.
He didn't like that, and so that's where Dust came from. I created him to kind of counter that. And then Dust travels with a princess, a general of the Federated Kingdom, who's kind of got a bad rep by no fault of his own, and has now become a bodyguard. So he considers himself a babysitter to that princess. And then Dust's childhood friend. Childhood friend? Yeah, I would say childhood friend. Trying to judge when you're still a child or not.
It's longer than we think.
Yeah.
It is a big story. This is just I'm really just getting started, just building my fan base, learning the marketing aspect of it, loving collecting the art, super enjoying writing the story, but I really am just getting started. So
The art is absolutely beautiful.
So this
I love it.
Pete Vasquez cover, I'm going to be releasing an exclusive tier today that will include an actual sketch cover that he did. That's
Ooh.
multimedia cover. It's paint and markers.
Nice.
Awesome.
On a sketch cover where he did an anime version of Bella, and I'll be posting that up tonight.
Oh, excited to see it.
That means you're keeping your event live, making things happen, making sure people come back and check on it.
Hoping so, yeah. And like I said, I'm still learning the marketing thing. Like, I just sent out my update on Godslayers episode 1. I didn't know that I should backtrack and do that. And so luckily I had people who let me know, and I sent that out the other day. And the Barraza tier's down to one set.
Wow.
One set left.
Oh, that's right. You only have a certain amount of the books left, and if you guys don't get them here in the tiers, they're gone.
Yep. Once that's done, so 2 of Mario's covers will still be available because they're our main book covers. So they'll be our reprinted cover. But his 80s action poster cover, there will be no more of those. That'll be the last one. And then these are our Bella tier, which is our Bella pinups by Elsie Freitas, Greg Bo Watson, and Courtney Rose. And I have a limited number of those as well.
Beautiful.
And I won't be reprinting the Bella or the Courtney Rose or the Greg Bo cover. And then I offer this guy as so hold on a second. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from where I'm at. Let me.
Oh, you have it up again.
Still, I haven't taken it down yet.
Oh, look how beautiful that piece
And
is.
this is the actual artwork done by Pete Vasquez.
Damn. I gotta admit, it looks much better like that where you have it right there.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I
that's
framed
beautiful.
and put away. But I'm not quite there yet. I gotta have a place to put it first before. Right now, it just sits on top of a trunk and under my pops. But I wanted this as a foil cover as soon as I saw it, so it's offered on there as a foil cover too.
Oh,
Dude.
that's beautiful. Anything shiny, just put in front of my face and I'll buy it.
You know us role players, we like the shiny and the clackies.
Oh man,
look at that.
Kickstarter was so bad for me for a little while with the.
Take my money.
Is that a metal die?
Yeah.
Spoon.
So I don't like the metal dice, so I use a wooden rolling tray and it dings mine up.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's
especially
got
the
a
really heavy
cool
ones,
wood
'cause the really
burn
heavy ones,
dragon
like-
in the bottom and
Oh,
stuff.
this isn't how it actually originally looked. It looked like these.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What did you do to make it?
Shiny.
Yeah.
I held them. I'm not joking.
Oh my god.
Not joking. Just holding them, slowly the paint just disappeared.
Interesting.
Yep. Made
So
me
then we
sad.
have like a we only have a couple of add-ons, which would be the PDF of Godslayers episode 1 in case you missed it, or a physical copy if you wanted that. And then, of course, I have a few copies of Greg Bow's cover that I can still offer, but even those are limited. And then we have like a whole bunch of stretch goals.
Look at that. Look at
The
that stretch
Fern
goal.
Cord Godslayers Simpsons mashup.
That is so cool.
It is.
And then this is
Wow.
our print by Anne Arajo, The Girls, which is just Bella and Akara.
Mm.
And then we've got our chibi stickers, and these are done by Myona Stoodles, and these are vinyl die cut stickers. So like there's even strength to like the sword there, or the puffs by Jericho's head, his little angry marks.
Wow.
They hang on really good. And then this is Reflections. So this is, I was showing you guys that product that I just got the other day.
Right.
And this is done by Zach Raw, who is doing my trading cards that will be coming with Godslayers episode 3. And this is Reflections, that shows the Godslayer before he was the mummified one we're seeing in the books now.
This looks beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Zach is awesome.
Right.
And then our Godslayer chibi sticker. And then, of course, Bella and Dust. And then if we hit 6,000, this is a chibi sticker of our main bad guy. I will reveal to all backers the main bad guy. And then I will also be sending a chibi sticker of him.
Nice.
Otherwise, you won't get to see him until Godslayers episode 3.
Well, there you have it, folks. You support, you see them now instead of later.
I know, and I can't wait. So go ahead and support.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey, you're back.
hey,
oh wow. Dude, what'd you do?
this is my phone. So,
Oh. Dude, you
My
got a
phone-
phone connection on
Okay,
your
then.
phone.
You know,
Yeah,
ironically,
yeah,
you look a
yeah.
lot better.
Yeah.
yeah, phone's
You
right
sound
by
better, you look better.
You're all small though. You're all so tiny.
Hi, welcome to my world.
I know, right?
You know, just ignore the fact that I have really good audio equipment just lying around here, but I can't use it because StreamYard doesn't like OBS. Yeah, just forget that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All right, so we're gonna switch to phones. So. I like having it to fact check things though, but I guess no. Everything I say is wrong today, so.
Yeah, I can't figure it out right now.
Yeah.
All right, Jay,
Yeah,
your
I
turn.
All
It's
right,
time
what is
to
going
rock
on, everyone?
And roll. Give them the spiel.
Heck yeah. So we have created Hitpoint, which is a trading card role-playing game. And based on... Oh, you got a shirt on?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. So it is a trading card game, role-playing game where you create your own character, and your hit points are your deck. So you have your deck of health that as you play cards, when you take damage, you exhaust those cards from your deck, from your hand, and it's a visual representation of your health going down and your exhaustion going up during combat. And so I'll pull up these cards here. These are just some... Let me see.
I got to do a share there, and I'll be able to put them up over here. There you go.
You can see it? Yeah, sweet. So these are just some example cards of
Wow.
things that we're working on. We are still in development, and we're targeted to launch this in September. So these top cards here, you can see are abilities, spells, and attacks, and then at the bottom you have armor and weapons. And so as when you're doing the trading card game version, it's very action packed, it's very quick, and it just kind of very swingy back and forth. People just going at each other, and you want to try and find your equipment, equip it to yourself, and then it makes your attacks and abilities stronger, as well as prevents damage that is dealt to you. Last man standing is the winner, so you want to be able to take your opponents out without taking too much damage. And then this also translates to our role-playing system that we're still currently working on, to where you create your character as a normal RPG, and now you have your deck that you pair up with all of your friends, and as you're going on in these adventures, you're having these social interactions, you're figuring out these puzzles, you're going through all these encounters, And then when it comes to combat, you're fighting trading card style, which is really cool. Because from there we're thinking about introducing different cool like trading card aspects to the game. So you could have like loot packs, which is like a booster pack that you could just rip open after you kill a boss, and now you have all this loot that you could choose from. Same thing
Ooh.
with shop packs. Um, your players are going to go to the store and you don't really know what to pick. You could just grab a booster pack with 5 cards in it or whatever, and it's just randomized items, and whatever they could buy there, they could buy. And then the coolest part I think is like the boss decks or the monster decks. Is we're going to have a way where you can use the unused cards that you get from booster packs.
Right.
When you always buy, you get 1 or 2 cards that you like, and then you kind of toss the commons and
Right.
uncommons. Now you could use those cards to make enemies in the game for your players to fight against, and so everyone's kind of fighting with decks now. And so that's kind of our big project that we've been working on, which is very, very exciting. I cannot wait. The trading card game version it's at a pretty good spot. I want to say like 90% done. And we're going to be putting a play test up on Tabletop Simulator, and
Right.
we are going to try and spread that like wildfire and just have a bunch of people play, a bunch of people test and give feedback. That way we could keep improving. And we're looking to, in September, come out with a booster box, like a booster set of
Right.
like 200 to 250 cards.
Oof.
We're going to come out with starter packs, which is going to
Mhm.
include 2 decks for each class that we're coming out with. We're thinking of
Right.
starting with 4 classes, and they will be the Thalmir, which is like a wizard. It's going to be the Brutalist, which is like a warrior type class. The Brigand is your thief, and then the Luthier, which is a bard. And so it's going to be the 4 beginning classes, and the starter decks are going to come with 2 of those. So that way you could buy them, and then you and a friend could just learn the game, just playing each other, and then you could take it to the RPG table if you wanted to, or you could just keep playing the game. That's perfectly fine too.
I gotta
Uh,
admit, when I saw the game in action at Long Island Tabletop and Gaming Expo, dude, that thing was just like moving. I saw somebody sit down, and after a couple of games, already be like pretty good at it.
Yeah, I mean it's super easy to pick up because it's very, very simple. You play, you have your action, you have a response, and so it's very all right. I'm going to play this. People can respond to it. If not, you're just taking the damage. And playing cards costs you life, which really speeds up the game. So you're not hanging around. And a good part about using life as a resource is that you never get stuck with too many options and not enough resources, or too many resources and not enough options to play. So it's a really good balance that way.
So what I'm hearing is, you said it's on Tabletop Simulator, right?
It will be. It will be. That's what we're working to get at the play test on there.
So you mean we couldn't have just done that for the stream? I mean, I have it here. You and me could have been playing this whole time.
We could. That's you know what? Can I come back on when it's live and we could just go back and forth?
Dude, we're gonna have you back on so we can play this.
Yeah.
Well, sure. Now that I figured out StreamYard, use my phone, sure.
Yeah.
A year and a half? All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, just leave all the gameplay footage to me. Ralph will just share my screen.
Definitely. And then I know we talked about meeting up in person, which would be really cool.
We're supposed to meet up in person so we can do all this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have just cards that we've printed at like Staples, on pieces of paper, and we
They
put
look
them
pretty
in
good.
sleeves. But to keep the costs down.
Yeah.
But once we have like some cards finalized, I do want to print up a few demos. That way we can show them off and things like that. I mean, we want to go to local game stores. We want to go to all these in-person events, just because. I mean, Ralph, you've seen at the expo, like there's nothing like just sitting down and learning the game.
Dude, it was so interesting to watch. It was so interesting to watch. I didn't even play it because I was watching it, and it was just. Dude, you sat there, and it was amazing to see somebody just sit down, play like 2 games, and then they were causing issues for you guys, like if they were pros.
Right. Yeah. There's this like 8-year-old kid that came over. And so it was 3 of us on our team that were there at the expo, and we were all kind of playing simultaneously. And there's this 5-year-old kid that comes up, sits down, learns the game in one turn, and then beats us. Just straight up
I
annihilates
summoned Pot of Greed.
us.
That allows me to draw 3 more cards. So I play another Pot of Greed.
It was a blast, honestly. It was just so fun just having people come over and meeting people and having them try it. So I look forward to more opportunities for that.
I gotta admit, man, people were sitting there going, "Dude, if you'd have brought this, we would have bought it here."
Yeah, it was a very successful weekend, and it's really put everything in perspective. Our team has really just been nonstop trying to create all this and put it together. Like, we have some really cool ideas for the world and the lore behind all these cards and behind the RPG. And we have our team working on the design and the art and all of that. I'm just so excited to
I
just
gotta
have,
admit,
have it
you
out.
did a great job with the Vialed box sets, and already
Thank you.
it looks like you're putting that same amount of care into these pieces here. The
Yeah,
art
the art
already
on them
looks
is
fantastic.
gorgeous. Oh.
Thank you.
Yes, even Gage agrees. The art.
Yeah,
looks
the art on those is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No,
Thank
we
you
heard
so
you.
much.
I was just talking over.
So when are we getting our reptilian and furry characters?
Oh, yeah. So I don't know if for any of you that follow us, I apologize, by the way. I have the worst allergies and my eyes are just constantly crying.
So do I.
Don't
Don't worry
worry
about it.
So we kind of teased one of our new playable species, the Synosi, and they're the dog people, pretty much.
Okay.
And so there's 2 kinds. There's the I'll pull up pictures.
So where could we go see this? That way, Shen. Oh, sorry, allergies too. Could go and see them.
So they're on our Instagram it's actually next to my name at Hitpoint Game. Let's see. How do I switch screens here? Let's try and present.
If I search for it on the PC, it's gonna kick me out of StreamYard.
There you go. You can now that we're over here. They're Hitpoint the game. Hitpoint game. Yeah, Hitpoint game. There we go. There we go. Now I can put you back up.
Sweet. So this is
whoa,
one of the subspecies of the Synosi called the Brachio, and these are like short-nosed dogs that are very muscular, very big, very tough. So that you have your warriors, your paladins, and things like that.
Wow, allergies really coming.
Dude, that looks badass.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
awesome. Yeah. And
I gotta admit, you guys haven't skimped on any art.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these character concepts that we've been using AI for a lot of it, and it's just been super helpful to get our idea out on paper. Once we have the Kickstarter, our goal is to go to artists and stuff, because I mean, I'm an artist. My wife, she's an artist. She does all of our digital art and everything. And our third partner, Jeff, he's a graphic designer as well. So I mean, we're all creatives and artists, and we really want to back up the artists when it comes to creating these illustrations.
You're doing it the right way. We're supposed to use AI as a tool, and then go to the artists themselves to get it done better.
Right. I mean, this has been huge for like references, and when you just can't describe something in words, it's just been so helpful. And then I'll share this last one is the Dolio Synosi. So these are like your long nose, like your shepherds and things, and these are going to be more quick and stealthy. So you'll have your brigand or your thief.
Shen. Ooh. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Shen will like this one. Yeah.
What?
Of course, Cadma's in the shadows, lurking around. Speaking of thief and assassin.
Hi, Cadma.
Cadma. Oh my god, these just look fantastic. I like are there other beast people that you're thinking of doing?
So for the ones that we're working on now, so we have the Carnals, which are going to be like your humans.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the Senosi, the Danon, which are elves, and then we have the Faveli, and the Faveli are going to be like rodents, like mouse people. And so those are going to be your kind of like forest folk, druidic, very in tune with nature and for the good of nature and the world.
So no like skinks or lizards that are in tune with earth and sand and the way and how earth moves and burrowing creatures.
Not at this point, but
Ah,
that's a cool idea. I mean,
That
I'm
is a
not going
cool
to say
idea.
anything yet, but you should. We have some pretty cool brainstorming ideas for actually like later sets,
okay.
which is pretty exciting.
It sounds like you got more than what you're showing us here. I feel like you're showing us the tip of the iceberg.
Right, exactly. I'm showing you guys kind of what we have visuals and things around. Um, a lot of the stuff still is raw, you know, which would
So
be
what's the biggest inspiration for the world then?
Ooh,
Like what's developing the world for you?
so. My friend Jeff is really taking the lead on world building,
Mm-hmm.
and he's grown up playing World of Warcraft and all these other like kind of MMO JRPG video games. And so I know he's taking that as a huge piece of inspiration as he's building things out. It's a really cool story.
Okay.
it
So
looks
I'm
like it.
excited. I'm excited for it to come out and for people to be able to play it. The cool part that I really like about having the trading card and the role playing game together is that you can role play the story. Obviously, you know, you'll have your adventure books and you'll be able to role play the story
Right.
as it unfolds. And
Mhm.
then when you go to, you know, your local game store to play some trading card, you know, versions of the game, oh yeah, I have this sword and this is how I got it. You know, there's a story behind everything. And so that part I'm really excited for.
It sounds. I love the concept. I love the idea of flowing battle, because sometimes the battles in these games kind of get stuck. We know
Yeah.
that.
I don't know. I like the idea of using the cards, kind of having the characters and running your role playing game, and then using
Exactly.
them when you're going to have combat and stuff like that. It seems like a
Yeah.
good little system.
Exactly.
Yeah, one of the fun things about the game is I don't know if you've noticed on one of the cards we had up, but as you play the card, you also roll the dice, so you
Yeah,
get
it
the
had
best
a
of both
die 8 on
worlds.
it.
Yeah,
I got it too. Now what?
you die.
To be fair, that's expected of me.
The last thing I'll pull up, we actually just finished this draft of it today. Is it's going to be the playmat that's going to come in the starter packs.
Oh, that's right. The playmat.
And I just love the colors. I think the layout is so nice. You have your HP deck here, and then you have your exhaust zone on the right. This is your inventory. So throughout your games, you'll be able to steal or loot equipment from other people.
Yep.
And so like whatever you have that if you have duplicate feet or duplicate chest armor, you could throw it into your inventory when you're not using it. You have your class and your trait cards. So when you're playing the trading card version, and you're not using the character that you made, we have pre-made class cards and pre-made traits that you could kind of just throw in, and it'll give your deck some specialization. So you have two accessories: head, chest, legs, feet, and then you have two weapons or one two-handed weapon. And so you really get to like build your character however you want, and
Right.
it's really cool. I'll zoom out so you could kind of see. It'll be on a 18 by 24 inch foldable piece of paper, and it's good for two people to slap on the table, shuffle up, and start playing.
All right.
Looks good. It also makes it easier to understand where you're putting the cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because with this, you don't have to like know the rules. You can go, oh look, it goes there.
Yeah.
I saw that you were saying that, and I know this is probably part of the other aspect of the game. How are you going to handle the personalizing of the characters for each person? Because I can see that you have it set up so that they can do that. They how are you going to do that? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out.
What do you mean exactly? Can you like
Well,
rephrase the question a little bit?
I know everybody's not going to have their own personalized card, so you're going to have a way to do their own character because that's what you were saying there. So how is that going to work?
Right. So I'll pull this up here, and so this is an example of the trading card class cards. And so what this is, it's basically our pre-made version of a class. So you could play this with your deck, and if you're the Thalmir, that's your wizard. So you'll have your pre-made stats where knowledge, that book on the bottom, that's going to be your main stat. And so now you're going to be adding +5 to a lot of things. Whereas if the brigand here were to add spells and knowledge-based cards to his deck, he would be only getting a +3. But his precision is going to be a +5. So that's kind of where you have your specializations. Now in the role-playing game, you're going to have all of these stats rolled, and you're going to work towards them. So like as you level up, you could increase a stat, and you'll be able to make your own that way. So
gotcha. So it'd be like on the sheet like usual, but instead of having the card down, it would be your sheet.
Right. Let me see if I have one.
So this is also played as like a quick like battle game though too, right?
Yep, exactly. So can you see this, or is it blurry?
It's gonna blur out.
Oh wait, it's coming. It's coming. No.
Oh,
almost.
It recognizes your face.
Let's see if I can turn this off.
See the font.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, that's better.
Oh,
so here's like a draft of the character sheet, and so you have your stats here that you're going to roll at the beginning, and then as you level up, you can increase them. You'll get bonuses for the species that you pick, the class that you pick, and there will be equipment also that will give you like a +1 to precision or a +1 to knowledge.
That's nice.
So,
I like a clear, understandable sheet.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. Keeping it simple so it's not overwhelming.
And I feel like that's what this whole thing is like the ease of being able to jump into the table, play the game, and start to master it in just a couple of games.
Right. Yeah, and one of the things we were telling people is, what's one of the hardest things about playing D&D or any other role-playing game?
Getting people to play with you.
Exactly. So if you have your night out planned, all right, everyone's coming over on Thursday, we're gonna go on this really cool adventure I made. Now Thursday comes, 2 people cancel, now you only have 3 people there. You're like, well, we can't play.
I know that feeling.
We can't role play. Well, guess what? Let's just shuffle up and we'll just, fight each other for a little while.
That's cool
just
too.
different ways to use the same kind of resources.
I love that. I can tell you that would save so much trouble, because sometimes what ends up happening is you start talking about the game so much that you never play.
Yeah, exactly.
And that would.
I wonder where we have like 2 campaigns like that. Man,
I can't even begin to understand that.
All campaigns are like that.
That is not my experience with role playing at all.
Well, in all fairness, that actually isn't for me.
Gage,
I play every Sunday, 8 hours, every single one.
Yeah,
that is.
I'm more surprised you managed 8 hours than anything.
Nope, I have 6 players. 6 players, and I run 8 hours every Sunday from noon to 8.
Does it take you to plan that? Just out of curiosity.
We were just talking about this. Go ahead, Gage.
So hold on. Last week for my game, I wrote a 7-page vision that one of the characters had. And then after that, I tackled a writing challenge with Raph here and wrote a 3-page story.
And you guys are gonna see that soon.
So I just absolutely constantly telling stories. It's just what I do. So Sunday's a breeze.
That's awesome.
I just
That's
spend
really
all
cool.
week. I spend all week thinking about Godslayers, thinking about all kinds of other stories. My role playing game. I'll tackle writing prompts. I read another script for a comic book for someone else. So I'm always writing.
You are impressive. I got to tell you that, Gage. You know, you're inspiring. You know, I tell people all the time they want to write, they can find the time.
And like I said, I want to build really good work habits. So
Yeah.
I come home and do that stuff for 2 hours a night, no matter what. Like I often wind up writing longer than that because I'll get in the zone, but I have to put in at least 2 hours a night.
How do you handle like writer's block?
Okay, so just like not experiencing a bad role playing book, I've never had writer's block.
Oh,
Like I just
awesome.
write constantly. So
I know the feeling.
I feel like personally the hardest part is just getting down to write.
that's it. That's the habit I had to rebuild. Two
Right.
hours a night. Like I get stuff written. And then
Like-
for Godslayers, I draw the pages for that before Mario does. Little silhouettes or stick figure monsters or whatever I can work onto the panels to kind of get the idea down, and then that's what I pass on to him for doing the book.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Kudos, because
Yeah.
I'd sit down at the table and I'd be like, "Ooh, there's a spider crawling across my table," and then I'd be
No,
off.
I mean
That's your story. That's where you start.
yeah, even in the scripts I write, like I was the sexy necromancer cover on Godslayers. Like I just pose for references when I need them.
Oh, awesome.
Like, if I can't find a reference to use on the internet, I just pose for it myself. Like whether it's a battle, like holding someone against the wall, or like the sexy necromancer cover. The guys at work were teasing me and calling me Mr. December for the longest while on that one.
That's funny.
But I just add that stuff to my scripts and stuff if I have trouble describing like something exactly.
That's pretty cool. And you know, again, one of the things a lot of writers will have an issue with sometimes is just sitting down to write. Even with writer's block, what happens is that we decide that we're going to handle writer's block, but not sitting down and writing, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to do everything else but sit down and write.
I've definitely suffered from a lack of motivation. I'll give you that one. I've also suffered. I've had burnout once or twice where it was like I just can't write anything for a couple of weeks, and it wasn't because I couldn't come up with stories. It was just
it's just
like
you
couldn't
need to stop.
I needed to stop. Either stuff was starting to get sloppy or it wasn't starting to make sense, and I needed to step away from it. You know.
It's the same issue with me. I've never had. I always have something to write. Most of the times, what I need to do is stop, relax, take a minute, step away, do something else, and then I can come back to it, and then it'll start to flow the way it's supposed to flow. Because I like Gage is saying, I feel like what happens with me is the quality of the work you start to see that you're not really putting in what you should put.
Yeah, you start to see the fatigue in your writing.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when we do the challenges and stuff. Go ahead.
You asked about writer's block. Maybe not writer's block, but I've definitely gotten fatigued with a story. Yeah. I just switch stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like work on something else. If you're like I am, there's 100 stories in your head. Work on one of the others that you started that you didn't finish because you hit that same point. Like go back to that one and reread it and see if you can pick up from there. Yeah. A lot of times that works for me too.
And sometimes what happens
or a change of venue will help.
Yeah, sometimes what happens when you're working on something else is that you get an idea for the other thing because you're something else is flowing on in there, and you go, wait a minute. Or what happens with writers sometimes is we'll cannibalize something for something else.
Okay.
Oh, I've definitely done that. Oh, for sure, I've done that.
I've done that many times.
I game master so much that there was a period where I would just build characters because I'd be like, man, I want to play this guy, I want to play this guy, I want to play this guy. But I've played in very few games in comparison to the enumeration that I've run.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'll cannibalize those characters for writing stories. I'll cannibalize them as NPCs and role playing stuff.
And that makes life
all
easier.
kinds of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Godslayers started off talking to my brother about like a game we wanted to play and about how necromancers were, and then I started writing an anime script for Netflix and finished that up, and to kind of show him what I could do with it. And I didn't want to send it to Netflix, and I was watching a lot of indie creators just make stuff, and they got to be in control of it. And Godslayers episode 1 and episode 2 are the script for Godslayers the anime that I wrote.
That's really cool. Do you have any
So, for
plans
the-
on creating something like that?
So I wrote like the first couple episodes of the script for Netflix. So I'm just gonna keep breaking those down and doing comic books.
Okay.
I like being in control of it, and if I
Yeah.
sold it, I wouldn't be in control of it.
Right.
Right,
I want to sell the story to people. Like, please buy Godslayers episode 2. That's not what I'm saying. But but I don't know if I'm ready to part with the IP yet. You know,
Yep. Yeah.
I'd like to
100%.
sell it my way first. If later I sell it to Netflix and they want to do something else with it, I can be like, at least mine's out there already.
Yeah, mine is already
Even
there,
though
so you can
what
do
the
whatever you
story is
want.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
I can see
Oh, I
that.
love it.
Mine's is right there. You can do whatever you want. Because you know that's what it is. It's after the fact it becomes the IP, their IP, and they can do whatever they want with it. You know, that's why I feel like George Lucas sits there going, no.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. He's
Well, he has to. Well, I mean,
a couple times.
No.
he's trying. He's got to at least be drying his tears with the $100 bills. Okay,
Exactly.
I would be like, yes, I would have the whatever billions of dollars, but I would be drying my tears with the fact that they kept butchering my IP.
Yeah, and then they bring him another set of $1 trillion, and he's
And
like,
they're like, "Oh, we forgot
"Oh
this." Talent.
my!"
Dude, when they did what they did with Star Wars, he came out and he said something, and Disney wasn't happy with it.
Yeah, after how long?
No, it was right away. Boom. That's why he hasn't said anything since, because they were like, "Hey, what you doing?"
I mean, he had better ideas. He had better ideas than what
Yeah,
they're doing.
he wasn't
but
even paying
he didn't have
attention
the
to Star
greatest-
Wars. He was
but
busy
he
trying
didn't
to
have
do
the
stuff
greatest
with
ideas.
Dark Crystal.
I mean, yeah, he had, like I said, he had better ideas than what they're doing, but he didn't have the greatest ideas of.
So I don't know. I mean, he
I don't know.
has the right to come out and voice his opinion, but
He
I
does.
mean,
yeah,
like
of
he
course.
sold the IP, so at this point,
Yeah,
he already parted ways with it. So
I mean,
Yeah, and plus he's already like, not directly, but effectively said that he doesn't care about the Star Wars. He's more in line with his Dark Crystal project. That's been what 20 years in the making.
Mm.
Wow.
so is this like
Well
Wow.
is that
said.
like the Jim
Well said.
Henson's Dark Crystal that you're talking about, or
Yeah.
I didn't know he was working on that.
I think that's what he's doing. I
Of course,
think it was.
Jordan has revealed himself as the bitten apple masked man. That's what Jordan's over there playing bitten apple. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
But I don't know. That's where we are. Like George Lucas sold it, and Stanley passed away, and here we are. You
Yeah.
know? When people
I
have that,
know
when people
he's
have that
working
vision,
on
and once
something
that vision
else.
is gone, you know, it's not the same. So
I know for a fact he's working on something else because it's been said for a while that he's like left Star Wars effectively to work on a project. I might be getting the title wrong, but I
know about working
know
on
it's like
project.
another
He did leave
grandiose
Star Wars.
series.
I don't know about working on a project, but he did leave Star Wars.
I mean,
Yeah, he definitely loved Star Wars.
I
Not that I bet
bet
if he wrote a story and went to Disney and was like, I want to do a Star Wars movie, that they wouldn't be like, hell yeah. I mean, I just don't think. I think he parted with the IP. I think he's done.
Yeah.
George Lucas's net worth is $5.1 billion.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. Like I said, even if he's upset about it, he's drying his eyes with $100 bills.
Exactly. Oh my God.
I can't remember what it is. I remember hearing it in passing. It might not have been Dark Crystal, but I know it's something like on the same scale as it.
Yeah,
'Cause I
Dark
thought
Crystal.
Netflix already did like a
Yeah, that was good.
Dark Crystal series.
That was really good.
Oh, well, listen to this one here. Here's a rumor. George
Yeah, it was
Lucas
good.
announced
It didn't do well, though.
his return to Star Wars, making a standalone film.
Like I said, they're not going to tell him no. I mean, he's George Lucas. He made Star Wars.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know. Like, I think it's just too easy to get the gripes. I mean, even when he did episode 1, The Phantom Menace, there was a lot of lashback for that, and the internet wasn't even as nasty as it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, he just wanted to play around with CGI.
He loves his company, though. Yeah, they do a lot of work.
I think the thing that makes me fondest of his aliens, though, is they're not humanoid. Like, I love Star Trek, but every alien was humanoid until, Voyager, when they had that alien, and they were still mostly humanoid.
Exactly.
And George Lucas wasn't afraid to build a puppet and make it look weird.
Yeah.
I like the puppet. I like the puppets a lot.
I like the puppets a lot.
Well, Star Trek had TV budget, so it's not much. Here's some tape. Yeah.
What did I don't know what George Lucas's budget looked like for episode 3, but he still had crazy alien guys in there when you go into the cantina.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but wasn't that the thing that he started to go crazy with his CGI and putting things in.
Oh yeah.
And going back and changing the movie.
Oh yeah.
Listen, hear me out here. Hear me out here. The prequels look and read much better than the originals.
I'm sorry. I see you feel me, Gage.
I just chose silence.
Listen, all I'm going to say is you can't watch any of the original 3 together and call it a coherent story.
They weren't planned out
for years and calling it a coherent story. We're still calling it a coherent story. We're calling it a better story than the first story.
I still own the VHSs, like the original ones.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and
that's
Steve
a coherent
Gordon is
story.
right. It's all about the Christmas special.
The Christmas special.
That is more encapsulation. Like, if all of it led to the Christmas special, sure, but it wasn't, and we know it wasn't.
I completely disagree with you.
Well, the first 3, he had a grand plan, but if you look the way it's made, it's almost made
separate movies, each and every one.
It's almost like he's making it up as he went along, even though there was a plan. So it's like the first 3 you can see there's a clear plan. I'll give you that much. The prequels, the original, you could see. So I mean, also the first 3 movies there's years and years between those movies. They're not like back to back. The prequels are back to back. So
yeah.
So
not only that, but I mean, the prequels, he had the pressure of telling a story that people already knew. Yep. Like, we've already watched episode 3, 4, and 5. Like, we knew the story. People knew it from fan fiction. They knew it from him, like in interviews, because he liked telling his story. I mean, like, people knew the storylines for those, and he was under the pressure of making Anakin what everybody expected.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
You know, the fall to become Vader, and that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Hey, still making up stuff. Darth Vader's like, oh, I built C-3PO. Oh, R2-D2 was mine. Never came up at all.
Listen, R2-D2 is the best ride or die droid.
I don't know. I like that George Lucas wrote in there that they ignore droids too.
Yeah.
Like they get away
Yeah,
with
yeah.
murder. R2 super brilliant gets away with murder because the guys. No one pays attention to droids.
No, you can tell that in the Star Wars universe. That's the one thing you can tell. Nobody's paying attention to the. And of course, Jordan is throwing his hat in there, going, "First 6 movies, Pregnant Ray in the new movie that's coming out that has."
They're not gonna, that's just talk. They're not going to make those movies. That's not going to happen. Those new Ray movies, that's just talk. It's not going to happen.
All right, add another $5 to prove Tony wrong.
No,
You
You're
said
not gonna
everything
make those
that you
movies,
said
dude.
today was wrong, man. That has me worried now.
Yo, everything they announced, they're not going to do. They said, "Oh, we're going to make a movie that ties the Mandalorian and all the TV shows together." That's going to be a Disney Plus movie, man. They're not. It's not going to happen, man. That's just talk, man.
That's their plan. They're supposed to make this big screen Mandalorian that puts everything together and fixes it.
Yeah, there's gonna be a Disney Plus, buddy. 5 episodes, not even gonna be a movie. Like, nah, that's just talk, man. Well,
But it's not. It's funny because it's not easy to make a coherent universe where everybody's gonna enjoy themselves. And as DMs, we know this because we've seen it where we think something is gonna be great for the players, and the players go a whole other way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, that thing is so interesting. I you put so much time into that. Who's that guy over there? Don't pay attention to him. It's that guy.
No, we want the guy sitting on the bench. He looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
literally the opposite direction.
Kevin talks about what Star Wars is about. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's about people in space. It's about fun. That's what it's about. Not when you're talking about. It's about hope and no, be quiet. Like no, fun, man. That's what I don't know.
Let's see. Shadow says the start of the movie is Mando waking up and going, sheet, season 3.
See, I haven't even watched the new season of Mando. So I watched Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and then I tried to watch Obi-Wan, and I couldn't do it. Kenobi, I didn't like it. And then I haven't gone back to Star Wars on Disney. So I liked the Book of Boba Fett. It was okay, but I really liked seeing Cad Bane is what I loved about that.
Oh, that was cool when they brought him in, yeah. That was really cool. It was great seeing Cad Bane again.
Even the old Clone Wars, like the cartoon that they had for the longest time, like that was hit or miss with me too. Though I mean, the movies are kind of hit or miss with me depending on the movie, but like the Clone Wars did the same thing. Have you seen the Genndy Tartakovsky ones? The ones done by the guy who did Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
Love those.
I've seen those. Those were nice.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like those. That was too much for me. That was a little too much.
I don't know. He caught some stuff with Anakin that I wish they'd have done in films.
He had like Yoda and Mace Windu. They were practically like gods. They're just like downing spaceships, and it was like too much. It was like a little bit. It's like, it's well done though. Very well done.
It looks beautiful. I can't say nothing about it. I gotta say that Clone Wars was hit or miss with me. I loved Star Wars Rebels.
I haven't seen Rebels
Star Wars Rebels. Yeah.
But I know the characters from the mobile game. I played that for a while, so I know Sabine and them from that, but I haven't actually seen Rebels yet.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy Rebels. Rebels has more of a feel of the original 3 movies.
Where?
I saw the first season, and then Disney, like, I never knew when it was on, like watching it on Disney HD. But
that's because Rebels was like, we're gonna put it over here. We're gonna put it over here. We're gonna put it over here.
Rebels season 1. I saw Rebels season 1 and like half of season 2, and I just could not follow it, man. It was.
Of course you couldn't, because you hate the first 3.
Clone Wars was dope. Clone Wars was the good Star Wars series.
Let's see. Lewis is saying that Genndy is the man. Could have saved the franchise. Oh man. Yeah, but again, like making these universes isn't easy. Jay, dude, you must be going through all this stuff right now, and I know you talked about it a little bit, and I know you don't want to give out too much, but I can see there's something forming.
Yes, absolutely. There's a world that's coming together, with different people in different places, and I guess it's kind of like what you guys were talking about before with writing, as you just kind of sit down and do it, and it just starts flowing and it just starts connecting. So it's a pretty like magical process, I will say.
It's pretty cool that you could do even like event sets, like a raid on such and such dungeon,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
attack in such and such graveyard,
Yeah,
and build little event decks that people could play against.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
dude, that alone is fantastic. 'Cause, the cards themselves, even if you don't have the major role playing component on it yet, those little cards can help you in a game or create a game or cause something to come from that set that you role play into.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could open a pack and be like, I'm never going to use this in my deck, but this gives me a really cool idea for a boss monster.
Exactly.
And then you create this entire encounter and story from this boss monster.
I also think the fun thing is that like we were saying, unless you're Gage and he can start playing right away because he said he's always ready to go. Sometimes you want to play right there, but then the whole setup to playing sometimes is this monster that doesn't allow you to play right away.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I feel like this kind of circumnavigates it.
A little bit. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I mean, we've been hard at work trying to get this out, and we've had such positive feedback in the past, and I'm just really excited to get out like this even more polished version.
I'm looking forward to. What do you think? I know it's probably too early to start talking timeline, but we're really interested in when this is coming out.
So,
What do you think the timeline is?
Kickstarter, we're having targeted for September
Ooh,
18th. Yeah.
that's close enough. Okay.
Yep.
That's close enough, and that's for my birthday. There you go.
When's your birthday?
September 18th.
Oh, wow, perfect. I was meant to be.
See, Gage, I do have a question for you because as a DM, and since we do cover all this stuff anyway, how do you make it so that you're able to play at the drop of a hat?
So, I mean, I haven't had to play at the drop of a hat. I usually play on Sundays, so I have plenty of time to set up.
All right, so you have it set up so you have enough time to use, so you know that the game is happening Sunday. So let's say this, because I have a couple ideas. All of a sudden you're hanging out with some friends. They all want to play because they want to check out D&D, which happens all the time. It happens more than I care to even think about.
Oh yeah.
So all of a sudden they all want to play this game, but you know that all these people have to create character sheets. And I know that sometimes if you have one of those packs where the story's already ready to go, that works. But at the same time, it kind of limits what you can do. What do you think would work as like on the spot gaming?
See, I mean, that's why I like this idea and asked if it was also like we could just whip it out and have a battle.
Exactly.
So I have a game called 5 Minute Dungeons.
Ooh.
I don't know if any of you have ever played that, but it comes with a little character class card. You flip it, and it has a female and a male version with different abilities. And then you have to teamwork to fight all these little boss cards. And I think the first one is like the baby barbarian, and the second one is like the some kind of like cleaning Grim Reaper or something like that. It's a cool little game. They even have an app on the phone that'll run your dungeon for you. And I've played that like when friends come over. That's one of
that's a good idea.
Cool.
The few times we've had to cancel a game on a Sunday, which are pretty rare, we usually have a game day. And
Nice.
It's actually a tradition that we do games on 4th of July too. So we've played Villainous, we've played Werewolf One Night, 5 Minute Dungeons is a favorite. Yeah, we just have a bunch of games we play.
You know what I started playing? I got recently was Doomlings. Have you guys
Oh,
ever played
Doomlings.
that?
Mm-hmm.
I love
So
that game.
I haven't played that one yet. I think I've only played what is the really popular one with the weird gnome looking dude in the barbarian hat?
Munchkin.
Yes,
Munchkins,
I've
yeah.
only played that like twice.
Munchkin is so fun. I love Munchkin.
Talk about a game you can just jump into.
Yeah.
Munchkins is it, yeah.
I like the concept for his game where you can use it as role playing characters. I think that's a sick thing. But the ability to be like, oh hey, I ran into another role playing troop. Let's do a battle. You
Yeah.
know, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your
Like,
party
oh,
versus their party and just kind of
yeah,
duke it out and see who wins.
that's kind of a cool concept too. It's got a
Jay,
lot of usefulness to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was even thinking just game mastering when he was talking about the store. I could just set aside the cards to have in my store for role players. And I know
Right.
they have that kind of stuff for D&D, but I mean, it's still a cool concept to do that.
Oh, well, it definitely is. The fact that you can here's the pack. This is what you find in the store. You open up the pack, and whatever's in the pack is what's in the store.
That's
It can get you in trouble, though.
Heck yeah.
Good.
Oh, for the game master, yeah.
And I also
But
like
yeah.
the fact that there's a chest. What do you find in the chest? Open the pack.
That's a cool concept for it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a pack. You can just take a few cards, shuffle together, throw it on the
That's
table.
better. That's better. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna make sure you pick. Okay, there we go. That's fine.
Ralph just put a mimic in there. Don't do it.
Yes.
I would never put a mimic in.
You put mimics in everything.
I can't even keep up straight his face with.
Put like 4 mimics and 1 sword.
I love and then when they expanded the mimics into something else, it made it way more dangerous to play one of my games.
Everything you touch is a mimic.
Dude, man, I was reading one of these things. It's like, oh, the house is a mimic, the table's a mimic. I'm like, and I was like,
Yeah, someone's just into vor. That's all it is.
One of my games, my friend actually put in a house mimic, and it was following us for quite a while. And it was really terrifying, honestly, especially when you try to run away from this thing.
Definitely. Dude, mimics. I love mimics because mimics, after you put a mimic into a game, the group never trusts you again.
Oh, yeah. They second guess everything.
And it's funny because I never put it in nonchalantly. It's always put in a place where you're going to remember what happened.
So he says.
Ooh, Oh, man. I see we're at the 15 mark. All right. So, Gage, go ahead, tell everybody where you are. Let them know what's going on, and I'll put the stuff back up on the screen.
My name is Nathan Johns. I'm known as Gage the Wolf. I'm an avid crazy sharer on Facebook. You can find me at Tenebrous Anima Comics on Facebook. You can find me at Gage the Wolf on Instagram and on Twitter. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter. I don't like that place. I am the creator of Godslayers Episode 2. Of Godslayers, but right now Godslayers Episode 2 is on Kickstarter. If you're into role playing, if you're into fantasy stories, if you're into great art, you'll enjoy Godslayers.
They're at 1906. They need to get to 3,000 to fund. Come on, folks. That's easy to do. They got 11 days to go. We can get them there and higher than that. Come on, we can do it. 54 backers, that's pretty good.
I want to see this enemy, so we got to get to 6,000.
You heard him. We got to see the enemy.
Not only that, but I have a couple of prints that I posted on Tenebrous Anima Comics, and if we can just hit all the print stretch goals, I'll include those 2 extra prints in there.
Ooh. Look, he's throwing other stuff. Go support this. We want the stuff.
I have a Joel Souza print, and I have a print done by the interior artist Mario A. Barraza.
Damn. There you have it, folks. Go check out Godslayer. It's amazing. So if you love D&D, this book is right up your alley. It feels like a D&D campaign and all the things that happen in it. Good or bad, or role playing, or roll a one. All right, Jay, go ahead. Tell them all they need to know.
All right, so you guys, we're here for the whole explanation. So I'll just tell you where to find us. At Hitpoint Game on Instagram is where we have most of our posts, and we have a link to our website actually that you can take a game development survey, join our mailing list to stay updated for when we put out the demo and things like that. We also have at Vialed _, which is our like parent company Instagram, which you could also follow, and we post things on there periodically as well. I think that's about it for what we got so far. Excited to keep on going and keep developing and producing stuff. So
Dude,
So
we can't wait.
that beta play system you were talking about, that's going to be online, right? Like, can
Tabletop
people get on
Simulator,
board
yep.
for that? How do you get on board for that?
So join the mailing list, because once it's up and live, we will be sending out notifications for that.
All right.
But of course we're gonna be the play testers, right?
Right.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
the first play testers, right?
Yeah. And
So I have the disadvantage of not being local. You guys are all in New York, right?
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of Tabletop Simulator. We can
Exactly.
play online.
Exactly, because I'm out in Nevada.
Yeah. So like, we just do a whole stream just online. Yeah.
yep, absolutely. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so much fun.
So this,
Bit and Apple's first gaming stream.
what we're seeing here is the concept of the game, the way it's gonna be, is conceptually gonna be, right?
Yeah. So that's actually what we brought to the expo, which is funny because at the expo we were going to have people play testing character creation and then deck building,
Mm-hmm.
but we figured that would take way too long to explain and to understand. So we just threw some decks together and we had people just 15 minutes fight each other and just have chaos ensue, and it worked out beautifully.
Oh, it completely worked out, dude.
Yeah.
That was just amazing. I still remember the fact that people just jumped in and started playing, and I'm impressed.
Thank
That
you.
was
Yeah,
easy.
we're
Woo!
so excited. We're absolutely so excited, and we're always looking for feedback. We're trying to make this the best it could be.
I
So
gotta admit,
definitely
I took your little survey here. I filled it out. It was fun.
awesome. Yes, I encourage everyone to go take the survey. I'll be putting more surveys out too as we progress the game even further.
It's also good because allows the people to tell you what they're looking at in their RPGs.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I look at this all day. So getting other perspectives is gold. Absolute gold.
I do feel like for your Kickstarter, as one of the tiers, is getting your own card,
Like a promo card?
like your character on a card.
Ooh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that idea a lot,
Because I have a
actually.
feeling you'll get a couple people who want to see their character on a card.
Yep. All right,
Ralph,
I'm writing it
why are
down.
you telling him these things when I don't have money to fund that goal?
Look, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be the first one going. What tier? How much? Oh man, he put it at that much. Damn it!
He's got to
All right.
pay for the artwork.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Technically, what you're paying for is a commission piece of your character on this card in their game. Dude, that is a lot.
What if we have a certain internal artist within the Bin and Apple do the art for our characters for your game?
Ooh.
I like the sound of it.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I think Shen might be a little
yeah,
guilty,
right.
I think Shen's probably going. You shut up.
Shen's not paying attention right now. Shen's not paying attention.
Let's go.
Oh, in case you guys are wondering, I might as well put her up over here. Flushmallow has amazing art. I wasn't gonna put her up because she wants some time to put some new stuff up, but since we're talking about her art and her commissioning some art for us, I'm bad, I know. Here is Fruit Smallow stuff. She does beautiful work.
Oh, I love that.
So follow True Smallow on Instagram. Support her. Keep an eye on her stuff. Of course, she's already worked with Bitsy on pins. Bitsy and Tandem did some beautiful pins of Genshin and Pokemon put together. Here are the markups. They did a great job of putting those together. And of course, Shen does amazing work with her art. It's just beautiful pieces. Yeah, you guys. If she does our characters, I'll be happy.
Oh, I love that.
Go check out Flushmello on Instagram, and I'm gonna get a message later going, Ralph.
She's not paying attention. She's busy doing some art on the side. I cannot say what it is yet, sadly. Very sad.
Well, that's what we like. We like to see that kind of stuff. All right, let's see what we got here in the Kickstarter department to show off to you guys. Cataclysm. Yes, our friend Rob Powers is doing his new book, Cataclysm, which will be premiering on May 1st. So go put yourself to be notified on the Kickstarter. Folks, I want you to remember that when you put your name to be notified on the Kickstarter, it actually helps out with the Kickstarter algorithm. The more people they have before the campaign starts, the better it is for them to be shown off in the algorithm of Kickstarter. And dude, that helps a lot. So go put yourself to be notified. Any Kickstarter that you're looking at. I'll also pull up Tragedy here, which is coming soon as well. Any Kickstarter that you put yourself to be notified, so you know when the launch is happening. One, you'll know when the launch is happening, so you don't miss it. Because sometimes we'll forget things. I know I've missed a couple of Kickstarters when I didn't put the notify. Then I'm going, damn it, I missed the Kickstarter. And of course, we all know that sometimes what you get is what you like is the Kickstarter exclusives. Right. All right, so folks, Tragedy, Cataclysm. You gonna say something, Jay?
No, I was just gonna say, following a Kickstarter before it comes out, it's a free way to support, which is always awesome.
That and sharing, because sharing is really important, folks.
Yeah.
Especially with Kickstarters, because dude, advertisement costs a lot of money. So if you're
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
If you're sharing, that means that you're actually you don't even have to support it. You just share it, and it helps a lot. Because who knows if that person you shared it with might do what you weren't able to do.
Right.
The best form of advertisement is just to make it a meme.
Exactly. Just share. That'd be a
just
good
gotta
meme.
become the mad share, because loves and likes are great, but shares are what get eyes on us.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Just find a way to fit it in with like Whoppers or something.
Whopper.
Ooh.
Have the president talk about it in their next gaming stream.
And marketing is the hardest part of this stuff,
Oh, definitely.
Getting it out there, getting it in front of eyes, that's the hardest thing that I've had to do in creating comics. Collecting art is a blast.
Yeah.
Writing the story is a blast.
Yeah.
Marketing the book is a learning experience.
Yeah, it's definitely its own art. That's for sure.
我说成功了，冰淇淋。
All right, folks. I'm probably missing a bunch of Kickstarters because my computer decided to throw me off.
Good boy. No, good boy.
Oh, good boy. Well, no, they finished already. They finished ages ago, bro. And of course,
No, there's a new good boy.
Jordan left already, so he can't. I can say that Dirk Manning is doing his book Right or Wrong. He's doing his second edition of his first book, the first one that talks about how to write for comics. So if you're looking for a good book on writing for comics and understanding the concept of the script writing, of the whole thing that is writing comics, check out Dirk Manning's new book, old book or new release of the old book, Right or Wrong, coming this May 9th. And we may even be doing something special with Dirk to kick it off. Who knows? I'm just saying.
Look, Ralph, good boy, May, 10-inch vinyl collectible figure on Kickstarter.
Oh, that's what you're telling us.
Yes. And then there is I Hate You, Please Die in June.
I Hate You, Please Die?
Yes.
That's like an anime.
Do you not read the chat? We have this right in the chat. It's right below the StreamYard.
What are you talking about? What's a chat?
It's literally below the StreamYard link.
It's called Facebook. I don't know what Facebook is.
It's where you send us the links.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God, folks. Of course, every week we have this much fun. And it's always great to just geek out like we did with the Star Wars. You never know which geek out is gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Anything else, guys, before we go?
It was
See
a
you at
pleasure.
MCon. See, we'll be at MCon. I think all of us, right? Or we're all going to
MCon this weekend. We will be
there on Saturday.
So Tony will be there Saturday.
Yep.
Matt will be there Saturday. I think I'll be there Saturday. I don't know if I can go both days. So I probably might have to pick one or the other. But if I am there Saturday, I'll probably be there Sunday.
Ralph is going to join us for Pokemon Go Community Day.
All of you viewers out there, I paid for all your entry fees. Don't worry about it. So just come on in.
Free. You gonna say, Jay?
I don't think I was going to say anything.
Oh, I thought you were like saying goodbye.
Oh, well, yeah, I was saying it was a pleasure to have me on again. But
you are always welcome. You get with the best of us, and talking games is always a great thing, especially.
Real, this was the worst time that you have ever been with us. I can't believe you came on. We don't want you here anymore. Forget about adding us into the cards. No, we don't.
Roll the one. Oh my God, Gage, anything else?
No, I'm good.
Me and Gage did a duel, a writer's duel, and you guys will get to see it soon, probably next week.
Excited for that.
I liked Gage's story; it was pretty good. I like where my story is going. I'm almost finished with it. Life and this show and the other show got in the way for a bit, and the con we're going to. I don't know. I feel like I'm busy or something. And I'm still working on my game. So we'll see what happens.
Like, are you building a game or running a game?
I'm running the game, and well, no, I'm not building the game. Well, I'm building the game. I'm running.
Okay. I meant like building a game like Jay, or just running a.
Oh no.
All right, here we go. We're gonna start the game. Everybody, roll for initiative.
Surprise!
I give anybody like Jay props for doing games like that. That's why I asked you, Gage, if you were going to build a game, because I can tell that you would build an interesting game.
Someday, maybe. That is a goal of mine.
Definitely hit me up for that.
I'm waiting for your rolls, guys. I'm ready to start us. Let's go.
And Jay,
do it.
I'll help you your game. Just let me know.
Yes.
All right, folks. There you have it. Oh, wait. What was that? You're showing off your dice here.
Giant D20. Let's
dice.
see. I got an 8.
All right.
We got 12. Who else is going?
12 and 8.
Can you believe I don't have a die within reach?
That's amazing, Gage.
Never mind, I lied.
Come on, let's go.
All right, so I'm rolling my 20 now.
I have a dice app on my phone, so I have to like get out of here.
It's not my day.
Come back.
Oh, you got a 4? All right.
You got 10 minutes.
I got
Monster
one.
gets first.
I got a 1.
Right, folks. I think if I don't end this thing, we're gonna keep talking. So there you have it, folks. This has been the Written Writ with Jay and Gage, and of course Nat and Tony. And Tony wasn't roaming today, which was great. Well, he was roaming in the beginning. Join us at MCon this weekend. Let's have a lot of fun. If you catch us there, hey, maybe you'll be in the trailer. With that, I'll say, till next time, my friends, I'll press the button, and we're